We didn't do that with Brian McKnight kids.
Stop it.
You didn't.
Stop it.
That is the truth, my nigga.
Do you have another example?
I'm just giving you an example. You said any story with anybody's kids, you just let it play out. And we did not do that.
Brian McKnight.
And rest in peace.
Brian McKnight.
Nico
we'll get to later. I hate when y'all do that. When we making like a profound point and y'all bring up something that's just ass cheek stupid. Brian McKnight denied kids and wanted nothing to do with his kids. I have a stance on that.
Dog,
I'm just telling you where I stand. I have a loud stance on people that want absolutely zero to do with their kids. Nor do I grant them the same rights and privileges as people who are trying to raise their kids. I'm lost.
Joe,
do you have another example outside?
I don't have another example.
Brian
I just
McKnight?
Gave one. You
so
said
now let me get back to what
kids.
I'm saying about how I carry it with people and their kids, and then you could announce how you carry it. I hate this gotcha moment shit you niggas do with shit that don't make no sense.
It ain't no gotcha
Brian
moment,
McKnight wanted nothing to do with his kids. Ain't claiming his kids even in death freeze. Please leave me alone right now. I'm telling people about how I carry people with kids.
I see what you're saying, but I also see how it's different. Like another.
It always be different when he try that shit.
It ain't no trying nothing, bro. What are you talking about?
Brian McKnight and Desiree Perez are not the same.
I didn't say they're the same.
Then why the fuck are we talking about Brian McKnight?
Yo, sometimes we don't even want that. Like, come on,
nigga, that's hilarious.
Go ahead, Mark.
I think that's hilarious. What do they have to do with what the fuck I was saying?
Nothing to do with nothing, Joe. Go ahead, Mark, please.
I am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. And ironically, I made a video about, or I did a reaction to DJ Akademiks calling out the Joe Budden podcast and the Breakfast Club for not discussing the Desiree Perez issue. Now, while I get to people who think Roc Nation is the Illuminati and they're out here trying to get everybody, I can understand why they feel like that should be talked about, because that is a big deal. I mean, Desiree Perez's daughter is suing her for basically stalking her, like putting hidden cameras around and using tactics that she said she would see her mom use in the music industry against other people to kind of, you know, antagonize her. Like she was hacking her Instagram, all types of stuff. So, you know, I talked about it. I didn't post it. I didn't put it out because I felt like, what's the point? You know, for me at least, it becomes what's the point, especially if like I'm more focused on what I want to talk about. Like I think that day I posted 2 videos and I was more, you know, saying fuck it. I'd rather put this out than anything else. So we can just lay this to the side. But this is clearly becoming an issue, and Joe Budden decided to address it on his podcast. Now, a lot happens in this clip. A lot. Apparently, Joe goes off on ice. Apparently, he says he's not ducking anything. Like, Joe had a lot to say here. Let's listen.
You've been one of the guys that gone against the machine, and then now they're saying, no, now they're saying, as you being the person that did it, now they're saying that we up here may be afraid to speak on Roc Nation and the things that's talked about that's going surrounding it. What is your outlook on that? As far as speaking on things, do you reserve?
They said that. Nigga, Akademiks said that.
And some other people. It's a lot of people.
What have we been talking about?
It's not just a lot of people. So I want to know, because you're my man, so I'm down. I'm on the same type of time you on. So, meaning that I don't speak on shit if I have a relationship. Me, I can identify. If I have a relationship with somebody, I'm not speaking on it because I don't want to. Right. Regardless of how egregious it may come off, I'm not going to speak on it because I respect my relationships.
Mm-hmm. So, like, if there was like a festival where things didn't go perfectly, you wouldn't like
bomb shit on.
I'm gonna fuck you up. Okay?
No, I want to. But I want to know when people say that towards you.
That's good for you though.
As you being the guy.
5 tickets to the Tone Deaf Girl.
Yeah, you try to distract me. As you being.
I'm not. Let me try to. I saw Ack say that. I didn't see nobody else.
A couple people. A lot of people say.
People follow like responded to that by saying,
no. I'm gonna be honest. I saw it was people tagging posts before he posted that. Like, yo, y'all not gonna talk about this? I saw it.
There was specific topics that they feel like we avoided.
Yes.
Roc Nation.
And I just want to hear from you how you look at that, Joe.
It's a good question.
You know, maybe I'd be far removed from shit. My brain be so different from what the internet is saying.
We don't know.
In my brain.
Shut up.
I was about to. I'm being your cheerleader, motherfucker.
I'm talking to them.
Oh, okay. And your cheerleader fuck.
What I'm saying is the Desiree story broke while we were still recording. To me,
Yes.
That's that story. But there has been
what is the other Roc Nation story that people have run from up here quickly? Because we want to advance this.
There's been talks of
Tory and other stuff like that.
the shit that Desiree herself
That can't possibly apply to this podcast.
No, because he told you that's what I'm saying. That part.
That's what I'm saying. That cannot possibly apply to this broadcast.
But I think you speak of it I don't. But I think what they're saying is that you don't identify that Roc Nation may be playing a role in why Tory Lane's in jail. That's the angle that they're taking. You never say that. You just say you're free Tory. I said it, but you never say I can see Roc Nation playing a part. You never. And
well, one, I don't have no proof of that.
True,
and it's bonkers. Just my take. I'm speaking for myself.
Got it.
I won't go that far. I don't think it's bonkers, but I don't have any proof of it. One, and two, that's Hov's company, and I do have a certain respect for him.
There we go.
I don't know. I don't have a relationship with Desiree. I've never met Desiree. I don't have any equity there.
Okay.
So she's in the news now in a story that I'm sure we'll get to at some point. But that story just broke.
But why? But why? But Joe,
and even that, I do have a certain type of, pardon me, Mark, a certain type of sensitivity to speaking about any story with anybody's children.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Well, I was going to say, like, why would you report
I want
that
to be
story?
very clear on that. That's not a Roc Nation thing. Anybody story that include their kids and how they going about parenting or not parenting, I let that play out. I don't rush to get to that.
I can't let you do that.
Do it.
Yeah, don't let him do that, Ice. But before I let you not let him do that, I'm gonna throw 2 cents in there for you as well, because regardless of it, like, while I get that's her kid, right? She was doing some nasty, like, it's parenting, yes, and it's stalking. She was stalking her child. Like, she was hacking her Instagram. She was doing all types of nasty shit. So, you can understand why this is big news, especially seeing, honestly, let's keep it a buck, right? Let's keep it a buck. The only people that's blowing this up, this Roc Nation conspiracy theory thing that's going on, is the Tory Lanez fans. That's it. The niggas that want Tory free. Now, while I understand they want him free, and while it's some reasoning there that he might, my whole thing, while I do think a call might have been made, from who, I don't know, but a call probably was made, and some discussion was had, and some things that went down to go, if you can throw Tory under the bus, why not? What? Fuck him. At the end of the day, it's just gonna help your career. So I could get that, but do I think that was Jay-Z personally? Like that's what I'm saying. A lot of people are making it seem like that Jay-Z is somewhere making these. Jay-Z ain't concerned about this shit. I can promise you that. Jay-Z does not give 2 fucks. He doesn't. He doesn't care. This nigga probably ain't even got a phone. This nigga probably just somewhere on tour with his wife and kids, watching them perform every night, chilling with his family. Like last picture I saw Jay-Z, he was with his brothers and sisters. Like, come on. This nigga Jay-Z does not give a fuck about what's going on with Tory Lanez, about what's going on with somebody that runs his company, Desiree. He probably just has her there to run the company, so he don't even got to think about it no more, because he's probably done with all of it. He probably doesn't want to get involved with music anymore. He probably doesn't want to take it to another level like that anymore, because he doesn't care. He probably has just lost all care for this shit. And it's just like focused on what he's focused on. And then when niggas try to drag his name through the mud, he lets, hey, chill that out. So I think at that point, while Jay-Z is the owner of that company, Desiree Perez is probably the one pulling those strings. So I think we just need to take Jay-Z out of this conversation. Just take him out. Take him out. And if y'all want to just focus on one person, focus on her. Because honestly, it is kind of fucked up to say a whole company is out here trying to hurt people and take channels away. Well, I'm not saying that's not the case. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that's not the case. Look, I've talked about Jaguar, right? Now, while I don't have a big platform, I only got 7,000 subscribers. Shout out to y'all. We hit 7K. We need to get to 10 at some point, but we're getting there. But regardless of it, I haven't, like, those Jaguar Wright videos did really well. Jay-Z ain't hit me up. Roc Nation didn't hit me up. I ain't getting hit with no copy. The only copyright strike I got hit by with is from Kaisa Nat and Trash Life Productions. Them are the only two niggas that tried to take my channel down. Like, that's it. Like, so, yeah. It's like, I don't see it. So for me, seeing is believing. And at this point, I just got people telling me that, hey, Roc Nation, big bad boogeyman, don't speak their name. When all I've ever known Roc Nation for was being a great label with great artists on it. I never expected it to come to this, but here we are. Anyways, go ahead, Ice. Cook them.
We didn't do that with Brian McKnight, kids.
Stop it.
You didn't.
Stop it.
That is the truth, my nigga.
Do you have another example?
I'm just giving you an example. You said any story with anybody's kids, you just let it play out. And we did not do that.
Brian McKnight.
And rest in peace.
Brian McKnight.
Nico
we'll get to
Nico.
later. I hate when y'all do that. When we making like a profound point and y'all bring up something that's just ass cheek stupid. Brian McKnight denied kids and wanted nothing to do with his kids. I have a stance on that.
Dog,
I'm just telling you where I stand. I have a loud stance on people that want absolutely zero to do with their kids. Nor do I grant them the same rights and privileges as people who are trying to raise their kids. I'm lost.
Joe,
do you have another example outside?
I don't have another example.
Brian
I just
McKnight?
gave one. You
so
said
now let me get back to what
kids.
I'm saying about how I carry it with people and their kids, and then you could announce how you carry it. I hate this gotcha moment shit
It's
you
not
niggas
no
do
gotcha
with shit
moment,
that don't
bruh.
make no sense.
It ain't no gotcha
Brian
moment,
McKnight
bro.
wanted nothing to do with his kids. Ain't claiming his kids even in death freeze. Please leave me alone right now. I'm telling people about how I carry people with kids.
I see what you're saying, but I also see how it's different. Like another.
It always be different when he try that shit.
It ain't no trying nothing, bro. What are you talking about?
Brian McKnight and Desiree Perez are not the same.
I didn't say they're the same.
Then why the fuck are we talking about Brian McKnight?
Yo, sometimes we don't even want that. Like, come on,
nigga. That's hilarious.
Go ahead, Mark.
I think that's hilarious. What do they have to do with what the fuck I was saying?
It has nothing to do with nothing, Joe. Go ahead, Mark, please.
Freeze, I think you're right. I think we do talk about kids and I think you're
We do. That's all I'm saying.
Right. But I think it's important, though. So I think a better statement might be that it's certain kinds of conversations we have and certain kinds we don't. For me, one thing is it just about this person's business or does it advance a bigger story? Like, for example, the only reason Vanessa Bryant was interested in me today was because we had a whole conversation that was bigger, right? That was bigger than her. So that even after we knew the story wasn't true, it was still worth talking about. To me, Brian McKnight's story is worth talking about because of all the shit that comes with parenting and children. Also, he's on social media talking about his kids too, which is different than Dez, who's not on camera saying, "Hey, this thing happened to me." So I think that's different too. So for me, and the Dez story to me is only interesting if we're going to report on it.
I agree,
and I don't think that's what we do here. You know what I mean? So I do think there's a distinction.
But there is a conversation there. How far are you willing to go to protect your child, or to protect your children? That's a conversation.
Yeah, we could have that conversation, but I'm saying I don't think it's. But the narrative on the internet is like y'all are running from that story. It's like, well, that's not a story that I think needs to be told. Me personally,
the narrative on the internet is anything Hov/Roc Nation related. We won't touch.
Hov got
and that's not true.
Yeah, right.
That's just not true.
That's not true.
But that's the narrative. They make it seem like we all up here, we claim Hovengers, we love Hov, et cetera, et cetera. So we're afraid of Hov. We can't say anything.
I'm unfamiliar.
That's it.
I'm unfamiliar with the story, but is the story like something that should not have? It's not meant for public consumption, and just it got leaked or whatever.
No, it's on the news. No, it's on the news. It's out.
I understand that.
The daughter sued her. It's out.
Got it.
Yeah. I just don't think to me, it's not about the music business. It's not about black culture. It's just a story about this person who happens to be famous. If were she not famous, we'd have no interest in that story.
Here's where I'm going to call some cap. Here's where I'm going to call some cap. This nigga just said if it's not about the music business, bro, they rarely talk about that shit up there. Like, they rarely talk about shit that's going on in the music business unless it's a conversation they want to discuss, unless it's something they want, unless it's something Joe want to talk about. They'll talk about it. But outside of that, nowadays, Joe stays away from those topics because he's too busy kissing ass. He's too busy ass kissing. Like, he's too busy out here trying to get interviews, trying to get people on his podcast so he can put them on Patreon and split it however he needs to split it. You know, it's just kind of see the pasture for the trees at that point. But at the same time, Yeah. And on top of that, they talked about when Benzino and Coi Leray. I remember that. Like Joe acting like he's never approached a topic where somebody's kids were involved. That's just not true. And at this point, it's like, yeah, that's her child, but that is a grown ass woman also, who's claiming that her mom wasn't just parenting. No, she was stalking her. she was stalking her. Like some Halle Bailey type level, like multiple AirTag type level, microphones in the crevice type level, fucking teddy bear with a camera in it type level stalking. That's what her mama had going on. That's crazy, regardless of it. And it should be talked about. I didn't talk about it because I really didn't care. Who cares what I think? So at that point, you know, I get to make those decisions. I'm like, well, one, I don't give a fuck. And two, no one cares if I care or not. So fuck it. I'm not talking about it.
That to me is why we don't talk about
They're
it.
Also, not particularly. The only reason why people care about it is because she's affiliated with Roc Nation.
Yes,
I'm sure there's a lot
to
of
say because she's not
She's not
necessarily
famous. She's an exec somewhere.
That's it.
Like,
That's the only reason why they care.
Yeah,
Right. So all these conspiracy theories, y'all afraid as if like
It's not that.
Hove calls in and says, no, we're not talking about that.
Right.
It's bullshit. That's the part I hate sometimes just working here for a short period of time is I'm now being introduced to all the conspiracy theories about this show and all the stuff that people think we do and don't do. You know, all the people who call in and tell us what we can talk about, what we don't. Yeah. All the segments that get cut out that I never even knew happened.
I let Flip do that because I know how he fucks with the algorithm. Them narratives would die where they was birthed at.
That's right. He's right. You correct.
Me. I would never respond to somebody that's saying, yo, you running from a nigga.
No, he's right.
Or the real ice answer is, so it's my show. If I want to not speak about it, I don't have to speak about it. That would be an ice answer.
Yes, 100%.
Like, yo, dog, it's
you want
my
to talk
show.
about it, go on your platform and talk
platform
about
and talk
it.
about
I
it.
agree with you.
We reserve the right to say whatever, talk about what we want to or not talk about what we don't want to up here.
And to Flip's point, if I do have a relationship with you and there's some shit that's potentially disparaging or could get you jammed up, I reserve the right not to talk about it.
That's the real world.
Right. And we're transparent about that.
That's the real world.
It's not like
That's
we're not
the real
saying
world.
that, right?
Go on, get off the internet, go outside. That's the real world right there.
Yeah.
Everybody got relationships. You hear something about somebody that you really fuck with, you might not talk about it.
True.
Or you might talk about it in your close circle, but you might, y'all ain't online.
And
Fuck these niggas.
And honestly, I just honestly don't really care about some of the stuff that the internet people are trying to spread about the Desiree lady.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
some of that stuff that they think is real important, I don't care nothing about that. Like when I look at what's going, the people that I know, like in real life and love, sing that lady's praises. I never met her.
Yeah.
I do not know her.
I know her, and she's cool.
I've
She's good
only
people.
known about what I read and the people that I love that love her. They say that lady turned water to wine.
But you know why they saying why they looking for somebody to have these conversations about her. It's a hip hop talk. If hip hop claim we don't fuck with informants, we don't fuck with rats, we don't fuck with snitches, we don't do all of these things, and we apply this to certain people, everybody's ready to ostracize Gunna when they accuse him of being a snitch, and we don't even really know. So
I know,
now
but-
you turn around and see Roc Nation, and her shit is in black and white. So people are saying, yo, what side of the fence are y'all on with that?
Well, I'm not ever letting the internet help me form opinions. 1, 2, I'm always with redemption, retribution story.
Same.
Here. So when I picture Hove, it adds something to the Hove allure for me. I'm only speaking for me. That Emery is next to him.
Fact.
I don't know Emery to have a unpolluted past.
Mm-hmm.
It means something to me that Tata is next to him. Like the people that he surround himself with, Biggs, whoever the fuck is over there. That means something. And if the internet goes search, you're gonna find some unscrupulous. What's the word? Unscrupulous things. Like that's not how. Everybody got to learn how they form opinions of people. You being next to somebody that may have been unscrupulous in the past, that don't just turn me all the way off from you, especially if there's a redemption story involved. So that's just for me.
Got it.
But I've never gotten a check from Desiree. I hear that you get them. I hear that you get them going though. So that's the other.
I'll take one now.
I'm telling y'all something from the people. I asked. I asked. Hey man, what's up? Hey, what's up? They told me. A few people. So what you want me to do?
True. You got it.
If it ain't about the money, don't be blowing me up. You get pressed by a lot. If it ain't about the money, that was a good song. That was a good ass song. Either way. Either way. While I do agree with Joe there, because I feel like, you know, the conspiracy theories are all over the place. I don't agree with as far as like how they producing content, and that was a conversation that they started to approach. I necessarily, my thing is, you know, I guess for me it's all about all thriller and no filler. And nowadays a lot of these podcasts is just filler. You know, they just talk about their lives, which is cool and everything. I'm sure they have interesting lives. They're rich people. Most people with money have an interesting life. But at the same time, you know, for me, I guess for me, it's like I like to hear opinions and be informed. So I like to be informed on what's happening, and I like to hear whoever's informing me. That's probably why I fuck with X so much, because he does a great job of informing and giving an opinion. Everybody just nowadays they really don't want to give an opinion. They just want to inform. Just want to bring it up, have a conversation about it, and move on. And that's really necessarily what this podcast is now. Yeah, they talk about things in the music business, but nobody divulges. They wait till Patreon now. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that conversation wasn't honest, at least when it came to them talking about how they were producing their content. And Joe doesn't care. Like, I hate how he tried to make it seem like, oh, I care. Yeah, you care about talking about Desiree Perez because one day she might cut your ass a check. That's why you care. Anybody else you don't give a fuck about? It's no filter, no holds barred. You letting them have it, or you going in on it, you violating, you telling jokes, you doing your whole Joe Budden thing. Anybody you don't care about, somebody you think you can get a check from, that's a different story. But that's not a story for me to tell. Anyways, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. Peace.